Hello and welcome back to Youth Code Jam's online Bits and Bytes lessons. Today we're continuing our Code Adventure series with Codemoji. Instead of doing websites today, we're going to work on some entry-level animation things. This activity is going to be best for upper elementary students and early middle school students. Younger students are welcome to try it out. They may need some adult assistance to do a couple things. It is typing heavy compared to some of our other code block activities. Older students are welcome to do it too. It probably won't be very challenging for you, but if you're looking for something to pass the time, you're welcome to try it out. So with those disclaimers, let's go ahead and get started. In a tab on your browser, go ahead and go to codemoji.com, codemoji.com, and click on the play button at the top. Then go to the workshop. There's an animate play button right there. We're going to work in the workshop today. So on the far left, we have our actions panel, and then you can switch to sounds and characters. In the middle, there's our sequence panel. This is where we're going to build our program. And then this is the display area, the workspace, whatever. Not really the workspace, really the output area. So the program defaults to a panda. You're welcome to change the character to anyone you want. I'm going to go with the Triceratops here. And then I'm going to click back on the Actions tab. So once you have your character picked, like I said, this is typing intensive because our character is going to talk to us a lot. So this program doesn't allow us to have multiple characters or really do user input, but we're kind of going to program the activity in a way that it makes it seem like there is some kind of user input or something. So we're going to grab a talk button and then click on talk, and you're going to see three options show up: a speech bubble, a paint palette, and a clock. The paint palette allows you to change the color of the words. The timer allows you to, or the clock allows you to change how long the words show. We're not going to mess with those. We're just going to use the speech bubble today. So it's always going to default to Hello World in this text box. You can either take your cursor and highlight or double click in the box to get those words highlighted and then delete. This time we're going to have our message be, "Hi, my name is Arnold." And if we run the code, you're going to see the name there. And then we're going to get another talk block and go to the speech bubble. And our next message is going to be, "I'm looking for my hat." And if at any time, I type pretty fast, if at any time I go too fast on the typing, go ahead and just pause the video to get your message in and then pick up. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But also we don't want to create a super long video, so pause as you need and rejoin as you can. Alright, so now we're going to get a scale block, and we're not going to do anything with it just yet. So you can see here, if we look at it, we have an up and down arrow that allows us to make it bigger or smaller, and then a timer once again to tell the effect how long to last. So let's run our code. You can see it's going through each block. When it finishes, it turns red. So it got really big here. If I run the code again, it's going to stay at that size. So if I want to reset to the original size, I need to reset to this. I need to click the reset button here. And you want to make sure you do that every time before you run the program now. Alright, so let's get another talk block and put it under the scale. Go to the speech bubble, and this time type in, "Have you seen my hat?" So this is what I mean by we're kind of simulating a conversation that we can't really have. In more advanced programs, you would be able to have user input or a second character or something like that. Then get another scale block. So the first one we made it really big. Now we're going to shrink it back down. So click on scale and then click the up and down arrow icon. Change 1.5 to 0.67. So we're going to shrink it 2/3 of the way of the size it gets at. And I'll show you what that is in a second. So reset, just to be safe, run. So it scales up 1.5 times its size, and now it scales down 2/3 of that 1.5 times. So it's back to its original size. which is a lot of math, but that's what's going on there for those who care. All right, now get 2 more talk blocks from our actions drawer. Click the first one, go to the speech bubble, change hello world to I don't think so. And then on the second one, change the speech bubble to read I'm going bananas without my hat. Okay. All right, so we're going to do another action block called rotate to kind of simulate our emoji kind of losing their mind a little bit without a hat. So we're just going to drag that rotate in and then get 2 more talk blocks. In the first one, change the message to bananas. And on the second one, change the message to wait, what is that? Right, we're done with talk blocks for a step or 2. So now I want you to get 2 of these skew blocks and add them to the code. On the first skew block, click the horizontal button, so this top one, and we're going to leave that one at 30 degrees. Click the second arrow, the one that faces up, and change 30 degrees to 1. And we're going to leave our timer as is. On the second skew block, click the horizontal button and change it to -30. And then click the vertical button and change it to 1. All right, and then we're going to do one last talk block and use the speech bubble and say, I found it. So reset just to be safe, and now let's run. And you can see it work through the program. So as it's running, this is pretty simple. It was a lot of talking. The interface isn't that advanced. I think if you create an account, you might be able to do a little bit more, but I can't promise that. I know that Codemoji offers some lessons that you do need an account for. I do not think it's paid. I could be wrong. We are not having you create accounts for our activities. You're welcome to if you want, but we will never make you create an account. As you saw, there were other options on these blocks we didn't use. So we encourage you to go back and kind of play around with them and see what they do and kind of get more familiar with this program to see what else you're capable of doing on here. There's also a lot of talk blocks, so maybe there are some ways that those can be cut down so that the program isn't as long or doesn't use as many functions. Maybe you can figure that out. We have one more Codemoji activity. We're going to make our emoji dance next time. So I hope to see you I hope that you're able to watch that lesson. If you want to do that lesson live, head over to youthcodejam.org, go to Find Programs, and you can either click on this and visit our program directory or just go directly to Bits and Bytes, but find our Bits and Bytes page. And there's 2 ways. You can click this button to register, or you can scroll down, read some, and sign up here. Our activities are in some form kept on the site for the month they are released in. So right now I'm recording this a little early in January. This is the current program we're doing is our puzzle club. We did code adventures in Scratch for the first month, or for the first 2 weeks of January. So those are all here. An easy place to find the videos. They're also on our YouTube channel. We have all of our virtual lessons on YouTube right now. Anyways, to sign up, click on either of these buttons. It will take you to our partner, Palo Alto College's after school program page. You can sign up for the individual series that are available, or you can go ahead and sign up for the whole year on this overall button, whichever one you want. If you do the drop downs here or sign up to be accordion, you do have to sign up for each one. So that's the little caveat with that. We get them information as soon as we can, but we are developing things as we are developing activities as they are, as we are signing people up. So pretty much the pattern is 2 weeks of code adventures, and then either 2 weeks of digital literacy or puzzle club, and then back to code adventure. So we do get coding in there more. A lot of students come for the coding, but we do try and enhance the program with other options such as digital literacy components, or puzzle club, which is kind of logic thinking, or figuring out how to program, how to design a program instead of just walking students through it. So we are trying to fill as many areas as we can for students. But that's all I have for you guys today. Again, I hope to see you at a live lesson. If not, I hope you enjoy watching these videos.